Hi everyone, I'm Airier, and this is going to be one of those videos where I'm questioning, am I the sane one, or am I the one who has done substances that I will not be able to mention on YouTube? Because this is going to be weird. We are checking out the pilot of Dungeon Flippers, and from what I've seen, it is basically HGTV in a cartoon fantasy setting with magic and wizards and dragons. I may or may not like fantasy and HGTV because I'm that kind of idiot. Yeah. On the upside, this is about as real as HGTV. I know what I said. Look it up. There's actually been exposés on it. More importantly, you guys know the deal. Link below. Video. Hit it up. Let's get started. This is a tale from the land of splendor where there's magic and monsters and more. Where beasts live in dark, dreary dungeons and there's danger behind every door. Oh, they're making it rhyme. Hello, wizard. Oh. Getting Adventure Time vibes on this. Okay, that was smooth. Frankly, I just really like this already. I love it whenever you have really fluid animation. Ooh, a staff.
At last, after years of perfecting my art,
Oh, I love this guy's voice. I absolutely love this.
I've manifested the perfect one. Now all those who cross my path will suffer my insidious wrath. Tremble, worms! The Ace of Wands shall smite ye!
Oh. Kinda middle of nowhere. No one to smite. Yep. He doesn't have anyone to smite.
Maybe it's time I moved.
A
What was the name of that real estate company with the dragons I heard about a century ago?
century ago? Wait, did that say what the... Whoa. Was that Akashic Records? It's got everything. I see someone is a Fate fan. Oh my god. And it's literally just spools on... I can't tell if they're spools for old movie film or actual records. Considering that, yeah. Well played. It's going to be that kind of show. Okay, I actually want to see everything he's throwing out because I have a feeling there's going to be things... A snake pendant. I almost want to say it's Harry Potter for some reason, but I can't recognize it.
This.
Random little demon gribbly. Random potion. Oh, exploding potion!
The Dungeon Flippers.
Splendor's premier real estate brokerage aids in the sales, scouting, and purchase of dungeon, kips, crypts, etc. I said kips instead of crypts for keeps. English. I do it occasionally. I'm pretty sure this is a Skyrim level.
We're so pleased that you're selling your dungeon through our services, Mr. Latins.
What?
I love what you've done with the place. It just screams... It screams...
Screams?
It just screams. Oh, and what do we have behind this enchanting door? Beast's alive! It's full of dead bodies!
Yeah.
Not a problem. I know a great necromancer. So instead of having a bunch of corpses to clean up, we'll have a bunch of corpses to clean up.
Hey, Molly.
Oh my god, the pun on that. Yeah, put the corpses to use. I'm sorry, I'm not used to this level of punnery, because usually it's the plucky heroes and their rogue companion who's definitely not evil, but also is definitely not evil, who makes all the puns. I'm not used to having the bad guy side puns, because that's not something most fantasy authors indulge in. I don't know why. Or maybe I've just been really unlucky to find all the fantasy authors who do not indulge in it. Still, it's kind of cool to see, because it's an entire brand of humor that I can't really anticipate as easily.
Gotta wrap things up here. Just got a new assignment.
Oh.
Did you notice the sentient founding stone in the basement that devours dreams?
Oh, so that's what that was.
Yeah, it won't be cheap to get that removed.
Why would you remove it?
Maybe instead we find a
Because you live in there, yeah.
buyer who doesn't sleep and has no dreams.
Better sign me up then.
Cleveland.
Okay. I love this. you can already see the dynamic going on. For her, she's the optimist who's really embracing and happy-go-lucky. And then we have this asshole who is literally my spirit animal at this point. Burned out, tired, and completely done with this shit, but he's still doing his job. It's basically the odd couple dynamic of happy and very straight-laced, or hot and cold style dynamics. We have the cold one who's also color-coded to be colder, and the color-coded to be more outgoing because brighter colorizations. Yeah. They're making it very clear their personalities in a very distinct way. Cold-blooded, warm-blooded. Wow, they're going to a lot of thought on this one. I just like how the character details, the dialogue are already telling you exactly who these people are. I have literally heard a handful of words from them, barely a few sentences, and I know exactly who they are already. Well done.
Kidding.
No, you're
Speaking
not.
of dreams, how's the reconstruction going on your family dungeon? Last time I was there, it looked grounded.
Yeah.
It's going fine. I just need a lot more money and supplies and a reno team and
A miracle?
I'm shooting for 3 miracles, if you know where to find some.
Keep my eyes out. Who knows? Maybe our next client will be a miracle worker. Apparently they're in such a hurry for a new home, they're meeting us here.
That's great. Who are they? Ooh.
He's the ace of wands.
Please tell me this is his actual theme song. Please tell me he's actually making this be a thing. I just want this to be the actual thing that happens. He has his own. Please do this multiple times. Showmanship.
Greetings! We're the Dungeon Flippers, and our quest is to find the perfect home for all the creatures of splendor.
I just realized who he sounds like. I actually forgot the guy's name who voiced Hades and Hercules. James Woods. How did I don't even, I'm blaming myself on this one. That's actually horrible. But listen to this. Tell me this guy doesn't sound like a knockoff. No, not even a knockoff. Spot on impersonation of James Woods. Like you can just imagine blue fire right here and it's Hades, man.
We're the Dungeon Flippers, and our quest is to find the perfect
I'm not the
home
only one
for all
hearing
the
that,
creatures
right?
of splendor. My name is...
Do they actually have the voicing people down here? Oh, they didn't do it. I love it whenever they actually tell you who's doing what down below so you can just check up real time. It couldn't be helped.
Cleveland.
And I'm Molly. Ooh, we're good.
Wait, that's how it's pronounced? Because it's Maul as in being mauled, but Molly because happier, so yeah. And Cleveland, the name of the most depressed city in America. Yeah, you thought it was going to be Seattle because, well, Seattle. And the statistically high percentage of things that I'm not going to mention on YouTube because they would get me demonetized because of the weather. No, it's Cleveland. Yeah, there have been statistics. They're depressing.
gonna find you such a good dungeon today. I can feel it.
Double row
What
of
kind of a
teeth.
place are you looking for?
For 300 years I have been a hermit, seeking the powers of the great arcane. Find me a dwelling that I may fill the race of man with magic.
Sounds like you're looking for something a little closer to the action.
More community.
More romance.
More modern.
Oh my god, I mentioned I may or may not have seen a few HGTV shows. I've heard these exact lines. There's a formula to HGTV shows who, for anyone watching, might not be aware. It's incredibly scripted. It sounds like you're listening to a bunch of spiel, and it's basically done to make people want to move to certain areas that don't actually have a lot of appeal because they make it look really good. It's literally ads for housing. It's also why one of the things they've done is they only show one house that they've already bought and two other houses that their friends usually have that are built up to look really nice. And usually because the people buying are old and ugly, because apparently ugly people have money, so I'm hoping that it does include me later on. They hire young actors who are in their 20s to say, see, cool young people who are hip and awesome do this. And I'm pretty sure the pitch meeting it did phrase it exactly that way. Except for someone who is significantly older and uglier than me, so by default, they probably are richer than me. Yeah, that's just statistics, man. You can't get around it. And his face is exactly how you should feel when you hear those pitch lines. But everything they just said, this right here is the boilerplate line for HGTV.
A little closer to the action.
More community.
It's
More
just
romance.
buzzwords that mean nothing.
Yes, those things, while still fitting my crazed, lonely wizard lifestyle.
And
But
what's
without
your
the lonely.
budget?
A miracle.
All this
I mean, is it zoomed in or is it zoomed out? And she has the first of 3 miracles.
will be yours, so long as you find the perfect place.
Dispel your worries, Ace of Wands. It's time for you to lay down your pointy hat and let us do our magic.
He just looks so nonplussed. Oh, I want to hear that again. It's really... I don't usually focus on music just because I have no ear for it. But there's a lot going on in there. That is a very busy tune. And it does have the effect of making you think... I'm going with it's upbeat and happy and moving around with all the little... I think that's a woodwind going, but it's been so long since I've done anything music related. I can hear some pipes, some violins, and that's probably the do-do-do-do-do-do aspect to it. It very much gives a vibe of energy and upbeat optimism because we have 2 different character instruments. One is the upbeat, peppy one, and the other one's like da 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 da, just rolling with it. For the 2 characters. It's their moving theme, isn't it? Whoa.
Check out this recently renovated troll townhouse.
Just got on the market. The kingdom nearby did a big troll hunt.
It's close to a town, so you can torment villagers to your heart's content.
Turn him into a frog.
Not to mention, you're right on the scenic Axthorn River.
And, ooh, Cleveland, we have to show him the coolest feature.
Oh no. It has a bridge?
Why are we waiting up here?
Surprise! There's a secret trapdoor to give an imposing entrance to any passerby.
So, what do you think?
Because troll, bridge, yeah. But he wants to do it from the distance, so... I'm sorry, this is hitting so many weird buttons for me. I know exactly how this is going. The first one, they're going to say no to. The second one is probably going to be really good, but he's not sure. The third one is going to be perfect, but not what he's looking for. And they'll probably go for the second one. Oh, my God, I know this formula. Holy shit, man.
Under a bridge? Doesn't that sound a little...
Trollish.
beneath me?
But
I mean,
they even had a rim shot by it falling in there to do it. Oh, my... The writers on this are very pun aware, and I kind of love it.
that's the idea.
I just don't see myself in it. What else do you have?
But you haven't even looked inside
Next.
Yeah. Ooh, Necromancer. Not quite what he's looking for, though, because he's magic, not
Next
necromancy
up.
specifically.
Haunted halls of the Witch King.
That position's open, by the way. No living resident since the Witch War.
Which war?
Yeah, that one.
Oh my god, now they're going to ask who's on first at this point.
Its price is low, but elevation is high.
This castle
Oh,
looms
location.
over the nearby town, supposedly driving its people insane. I don't know. I think it's charming.
And if you can hear it, this place has spirits. By which I mean there's enough souls in these walls to do a fair amount of dark arts.
It looks like a fine place for this guy, but I'm not waging a war. I just want to see chaos and death on humanity. What else have you got?
What if we did some
I think he's probably going to come back to this one because it's just so close to the town. Unless the third one turns out to be absolutely perfect.
decorating? Like some porches to brighten up the place, and some
Oh my god, there's shows that have introduced the layover design where you have some illustrations that are intentionally left to look like they're on a... What's the phrasing in architecture with you? It's blue something. You know, I used to know this, and I completely forgot it. But basically, it's a blue sketch where you... Blue book? No, that's something different. That's Cars. You basically draw out your outline in the scratch paper. You draw it up, you put it on, you make it a digital effect, you add some of the lighting effects. So you're just like, oh, here's what the mock-up would look like later. And they're just doing it here. This is mixing mediums that I'm actually really loving.
Bookshelves filled with grimoires.
Blueprint. It's called a
along the
blueprint.
walls, and a big fancy chair to sit in
Ooh.
after a long day of wizarding.
Yes, yes, the next place you show me will be much better, I'm sure.
You do remember I'm the only person who can see the magic you do, right?
I know. I just figured if
Well, that actually
anyone
was
else could
magic,
see
not
it,
just
it would
imagination.
be this guy.
Did you? This guy?
So, what's next?
Ah, yes, it's the power of imagination. Witch in the woods? Pointy. Oh my god, did she actually just run? Yeah, I thought she was a mentor, but no, she's a manticore running on all fours. Because they have to put it out. Clock tower in the middle of the city. Rapunzel style. Wait for his hat to get stuck. He'll walk it off. Oh my god. Already taken? Another frog?
Cleveland, what is with this guy? He's got no imagination.
Yeah, and for an enchanter, you'd think he'd be more enchanting.
We're showing him the best stuff on the market, and he's not even trying to see the potential.
I think what they're eventually going to do is show him his exact house, just move to a new location. It'll be exactly what they do at this point. Oh my god.
I'm losing my cool. I'm a manticore who does very well at not turning to violence, Cleveland, but I am getting very close.
Don't worry, Molly. There's still one place we haven't tried yet.
And I mentioned earlier it's hot and cold coded. And she's also more of a hothead, and he's way more cool about it.
You don't mean.
I mean, what?
I do.
What, they're going to go Stargate? We talking Atlantis or Cheyenne Mountain? Oh my god, they actually are doing Stargate! That's really close to the dial home symbol from, they had a Fate reference, I'm sure there's more I've missed, they have a Stargate reference. I mean, whoever's making this, they have very good taste in anime, and well, not even anime. Fate's anime as much as anything else right now, and I wish Stargate was, because that would mean there's being more of it at this point. But still, very good taste in media.
We had to pull a few strings to get access to this neighborhood, but I think you'll be impressed.
Yep, Stargate.
The void. A place between realms. The darkness that binds all things. Place of gnosis.
And if you want to talk square footage, I mean, it's kind of infinite. And a skilled mage like you can use it to portal anywhere you'd like to terrorize.
Oh. It's empty, there's nothing there. Does he have a way to come out? And no imagination needed.
Impressive. But how does one live here? How does one fill the void?
With anything you want.
That he can imagine.
It holds the potential for anything and has the room to house everything. If only the real world were like this, I'd have my house all finished. Whoops. I got a little distracted there.
And this is why... Because the guy has literally no imagination, so if he thinks of something once, he won't destroy it and make random things appear.
It's the spark of pure creation. Just make what you like. It'll show up.
He can't think of anything, huh?
Yes.
It's going to be his exact tower. It's going to be his exact tower. He has no imagination, huh?
I don't know.
What?
Yep.
How do you not know?
Molly!
How do you not know what you want?
Hey, I've been in the same place for 300 years, all right? I haven't thought about it.
I love this. Also, because the idea of how do you not know what you want is very common to ask for literally anyone. Because Paris, or what's the phrase? Indecision paralysis is a thing that I definitely have no experience with. So, yeah, someone not having it being confronting with a person who can't decide because they have no idea what they're even looking for in the first place. So they'd make a point not to decide, making it worse.
You have the means for anything you want, anything, and not just in here, even outside of this place. You can make miracles happen with a wave of your wand. Do you know how great of a thing that is? How much
Oh, kid.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said any of that.
No, you're right. I have all the power a wizard could need, but without the spark of inspiration, no magician, I'm nothing.
Oh, no.
I
Did
don't
they actually just break him?
deserve to be here.
Did he just unthink himself? He just unthought himself.
Dragon's breath, Molly! You just made our client loose themselves to the abyss.
You can do that?
It's okay. I will just will him back into existence.
Can you?
No. You're just making an illusion of him. You can't make real things here.
Does that mean you can also not make real things not real?
Then what do we do?
Maybe if we find another wizard, or maybe we could get a god to do something nice.
And they have his thoughts coming out. I wonder if they had this entire sequence here just so that they could play around. One, with a much easier to draw background, but two, just all of their random doodles have an actual reason to just remain exactly as they are.
For us, there was that whole legend about rubbing a centaur's belly counterclockwise.
What?
While you're also reciting an incantation to the moon. I don't know. That's not.
I really messed this up.
Yeah. Unexisting your clients is usually bad options.
Wanted to make the perfect dungeon for him.
I just don't see myself in it.
He's not even trying to see the potential. It holds the potential for anything.
It looks like a fine place for this guy. Without the spark of inspiration, I'm nothing.
It's the spark of pure creation.
It holds the potential for anything and has
And her interior magic is literally just making things appear, so it fits with the void really well.
the room to house everything. To house everything. To house everything. Oh,
It's actually a
can bring him
torch.
back.
How? It would take a miracle.
A third
No
one.
miracle needed. Just doing what I'm good at. And that's being a real estate agent.
Oh my god. What? Oh my god! She's bringing him back with his own theme music. And because she can make things appear with her magic in blueprints, in the void it becomes real. Oh, jeez. Yeah, blueprints, that's it. And he has his own power too. Because it's imagination, yeah. And he sees himself because he has all the art of him.
Pretty good. Well, that imagining you do really comes in handy in a place like this.
Yup.
Will it be enough?
it has an outside now.
I was getting pretty nervous there for a second. But I've never seen a happier wizard. Hey, let's go round up the team and celebrate.
There's more people?
You go ahead. I've got something important I need to do first.
Working on your family dungeon? Oh, yeah, literally working on your family dungeon. There's a treasure chest and everything.
One miracle closer.
2 more to go. And that was one of the cutest things I can imagine. I mean, I'm a sucker for fantasy in general. And when you play it in a way that is really freaking close to a style of show that I like, but also switching it around, adding in a lot of magical aspects, the entire twist of thinking himself out because he couldn't see himself, he didn't think he existed or shouldn't exist here, so he stopped. The Void was such a really great creative usage. And frankly, it was awesome because it can highlight in a very funny way the guy's got no imagination. She has all the imagination. That was the solution. It's perfect. This is such a cool show. And the animations are simplistic for where they need it, detailed before they want it, very creative and flowing, so it never felt odd. I love this. I want to see more. I want to see just how crazy this gets. They mention of, let's go get the team. And I want to see what the team is like. Their designs are so freaking on par with every little aspect of the character. You know exactly who you're dealing with when you see them appear because of how they look, and then they act immediately to fit it. It's so good in a fantasy show to have that, because I've seen a lot of shows where the problem is there's paralysis with how designed the characters are. They all kind of look the same. They're in armor and they're heroic, and this one is slightly more heroic this way. This one's more heroic this way. This is not that. This is people in situations that are super mundane in a super fantasy world, and the disconnect between them is part of the humor. And I just love how this is going. If you haven't figured it out yet, I have a very positive opinion about this show, and I would recommend it if you haven't already. There's a link below to the original video. You should hit it up. If you haven't already, fix that, do that, leave a like on this guy's channel. In fact, I'm going to do that right now. Done. I wasn't sure. I don't usually like to do that until I know if someone's good or not. And this was very good. Go check this out. If you haven't, do it twice. If you still haven't after I asked, do it 3 times. Don't make me ask a 4th time. Although I think this might be the 5th. We're not going to go that far, though. All the joking aside, though, I really appreciate this. And I can't wait to see if either more is made or this gets picked up by somewhere else. Because either way, this is a really cool, fun, and unique idea that is super low-key while still having so many high fantasy aspects to it that I want to see explored more, because there's a lot of fun things they could do. And it's basically a really good excuse to look at the craziest, most outlandish types of fantasy design. I can't speak today. Fantasy designs you can imagine, and it just perfectly fits. It's just fun, and I like this. Again, link below. I mean, with the 5th one, do it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.